Hi, my name is Lucinda. Welcome to Law of Attraction. I'm really excited about this class. This class means the world to me because it's everything that I practice. I love it. So first things first, Law of Attraction is a universal law. There's 12 universal laws. We're going to go over all 12 of them today so that you guys have a really good understanding of how energy works, because that's what universal law is. It's about how the energy moves around you, how you can access it, and how you can determine and redirect it and transmute it into different objects, things, or experiences that you want to have in the future. That's law of attraction. That which is like itself is drawn. That's what it's called. Okay. So you have, let's see, I want to say that it's important that you understand that you're in charge. Okay. It's important that you understand that you're in charge. I know that sounds like something that you should know and that you have a full capacity of and everything, but you're in charge of everything. Okay? You're in charge of the energy that you operate with. You're in charge of the energy you choose to invite and exchange with. You're in charge of all of that. It's determined through the choices that you make and the situations that you bring yourself to. All right? There are lots of different ways to engage with different energies. Some of it has personality, some of it doesn't have personality, okay? The energy that has personality usually has agenda, okay? You just need to find out if that agenda is aligned with your agenda, because you have an agenda, all right? You have this thing in your head that says you're meant to be something, all right? And so in that aspect, you get to go ahead and choose. And this being, whoever it is or whatever it is that has a personality, had that aspect as well, had that chance, okay? Now they're learning how to leverage their energy on that side in non-physical to help you on this side. But it's also to achieve their ends, so don't forget that, okay? The next energies are ambient energies that you work with on a regular basis. Life force energy is a little bit different than ambient energies. No energy is actually still. Most energy is in constant motion. There's inertia, so it just like goes. It's always moving. And the easier, softer way to be able to jump into something and have it come is to find the stream that's flowing it. Okay? And that's all you need to determine. No, that's a class. No. Okay. Now, it sounds really easy, but it isn't something that we practice on a regular basis. Plus, we're not really taught that, right? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clear your fields. I'm going to clear your fields, and what we're going to do is we're going to pay special attention to your, these are audience chakras right here. These and these are audience chakras right here. So you hear all through here, okay? And so there's a network of chakras that store sound bites. And the sound bites are the story narrative that you have in your head, the 60 to 80,000 words that you say to yourself every day. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to clear out any limitations that you have in your story. All right? That's the first thing that we're going to do. Got to give you an even playing field, because if you don't feel like you can manifest right now, then I can't just say you can manifest and you'll be like, oh, good, thanks. I just didn't know that. It's going to be more like, well, there's still this resistance, and we have to remove the story of that resistance. So that's the first thing that we'll do. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to determine what you want to manifest. What do you want to manifest? You know what you don't want, all right? But you're stuck in that focus. So you're only going to get that. All right. So the idea is we have this thing that we go through that is more like, but this is reality. I want that, but this is reality. I want that, but this is reality. Now you can see that it's a tap you pull back and forth, and it's like you're sending it out to have it delivered, but you're pulling it back before it has a chance to manifest. And when we do that, we have a tendency to focus on not having it. When we focus on not having it, we keep getting more not having it, because the universe isn't going to determine if it's good for you or not good for you. It's just going to vibrate toward you, whatever your vibration is. So whatever your vibration is, that's what you're receiving. So when you have those off days and people are ugly and things are just not going right, and you're like, oh my God, what kind of day is this? Those are the days that maybe you're off and you need to stop. First thing you do, stop. Just stop wherever you're at. You're in recognition of who you are. Honor you. Honor you. It's very important that you honor yourself. When you honor yourself, you come into the fullness of the experience of who you are and where you're at in that moment. That's your most powerful place. All right. Then you determine what you don't want and determine what you do want. So right now, start thinking about all the things that are adverse or contrary in your life, right? And as you list one, give me the polar opposite in your head. Do you get it? So you have this, but you want that. You have this, but you want that. So we'll go through that exercise as well, okay? All it is learning how to vibe in a very focused, intentioned direction. And that creates the flow that you're looking for. That's how it's created, is your intention. Your intention is so powerful, so very powerful. You put clothes on when you go somewhere because you want to have a certain experience. You're like, okay, I want to be comfortable. Maybe I want to move around. Maybe I need to be warmer, whatever it is that needs to happen. You're dressing for the occasion because you're looking in, you're remote viewing into the situation before you even arrive. So you're looking for your creature comforts, you're meeting your needs even before you arrive wherever it is that you're going for the next experience. So you're in an experience, selecting for another experience, and it's constant for us. So slowing it down, savoring what you're in, and then saying, okay, well, I'm pretty done with that one. What else do I want? That's the best way. It's the easiest way, because then you've also honored yourself by emotionally processing whatever experiences that you're in. It allows you to formulate opinions, redirect energy, transmute energy, and allow yourself to be clear and clean to go into the next experience. When you do that, you're choosing from a bag of goodies. It's like, oh my gosh, what's my next adventure? Oh, shingles right on. I don't know why they did that one. Monkeypox, thanks. Okay, so all right, so you have that, but the thing is that you want to get into that joy of the adventure, because that is the stream of energy that you really want to flow in, because everything brings you joy. You need to just let it. All right, it brings you joy to know that somebody is not correct. It brings you joy. You want to know why? It brings you joy when someone's not correct, because then you know that you're not off anymore. Do you get it? It makes you not feel gaslit. Okay? They're just things that happen that may seem adverse out here, but they make this whole world all better. All right? The determining that you're doing right now is you're deciding which places feel better than others. So we've talked about the head, the cerebral aspect, and we've talked about the heart aspect. So we talked about thought, we talked about the emotion. What we need to do is bring it together. So we'll do heart-brain coherence as well. So these are very simple exercises, but these 3 exercises are what will allow you a freer path to be able to determine what it is that you would like. Easy? You ready? Okay, so let me see what time. Oh, I'm good. So good on time. This is excellent. All right. It's amazing what happens when I stand still. Okay. Never stand still. Okay. Calm better. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking at the energy. as I look at the energy, what I'm seeing is I'm bringing up all of your fields. So you'll feel like a lift. I'm just bringing your energy up to have a gander. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Past, present, and future students. Thank you. All right. So we're going to do a reset. All right. I'm going to begin transmuting the energy and pulling. It feels like little coral pieces coming out. It'll feel kind of weird, but that's all it is. They're like little sticks and stuff, but it looks like coral. So you'll feel that coming out from about this area right in here. Okay. So as we're removing that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to transmute that energy through intention. We're going to transmute that energy through intention into abundance. Okay. All right. Because that's going to be the most profitable for us right now. Get it? That's what's going to bring us what we want. We want more of whatever it is that we're looking for because we have a lot. So we want more of whatever it is that we're looking for. Okay. So we want to just take this, all this energy, pull it out. Don't get too lightheaded. Oh, there you go. Relax into it. All right. And then I'll just bring it all into the center. So we're going to change it into alignment. Ooh. Unconditional love and compassion. We're going to put those two energies together. There we go. We're going to bring in kindness. Better. And because you guys don't speak that much that way to yourself, we're going to clear your throat chakras. You're going to take care of all of that stuff right there. There you go. Make it all bright, shiny blue, that beautiful turquoise blue. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Brighten up all your chakras, fully aligned. Elements, fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. Got it? Okay. Back in. Okay. Fully seated. Right. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Good, right? So you're all tingly everywhere right now. All right. What we're doing is we are allowing the narrative to shift. All right. This is a very powerful place to be. It is where you write your story. So right now you are all in your sacral energy. That's what sacral energy feels like. See how your whole body just went buzz? That is creation energy. That's where you create your self-esteem, the story of who you are, how awesome you are, how cool you are, how like, I'm gonna vibe, it's a bitchin' day, you know? That's it, you create all that right there, okay? Okay, so now you know where to access it, all right? Now we're gonna go through the discard process, all right? Bring something up in your mind that's been giving you a little bit of discomfort. Something that causes irritation, resistance, emotions that maybe you're not ready to access, bring that up, all right? Bring it up through your heart. Pull it out of your heart and put it in front of you, energetically, beautiful. I want you to tell it with the greatest amount of appreciation and gratitude. Thank you for your service. You may go. There you go. Now, what you've done is you have recognized that you received tools and learning and knowledge from that experience, and that you get to go ahead and talk about it differently, that it was an experience. See how you're separating from the experience now? You're not so emotionally attached because you're processing the emotions. Good, right? Okay, so now go in to that same heart space, all right? And say, what would I like in that situation? That's fun energy. What would I like? Wouldn't it be nice? That's one of my favorite. Wouldn't it be nice if? All right. So you're bringing in that beautiful energy that you've just transmuted into all those delectable items. You have acceptance, caring, understanding, compassion, kindness, love, abundance. Just feels juicy, right? Like a warm blanket coming around your arms. Ooh, your arms are getting active. That must mean that there's some action to be taken, right? You can feel your body coming alive. It's telling you what you need to do for what it is that you want. All right? It's telling you. The energy of you is determining what you want. All of you put together. Get it? You're bringing your energetic being, your mental being, your emotional being, your physical being, and your spiritual being all into this moment right now. Very powerful, right? Now you're fully present. Okay? And then this exercise that we just did allows you to understand the discard process. It's a pivot. Your focus is over here. So right now I'm looking at the synthesizer and I'm thinking about like maybe playing some music. And I go, oh, I have a class. So I'm just going to pivot over here and I'm going to focus at my class. It's the same in your mind, exactly the same. All right. You just did it. You did it in the energy of you. All I did was hold space. I lent more energy, and that was it. You're all in charge. All right. Got it? Good so far. Okay. So now we've learned the discard process. We've learned how to bring in, ooh, wouldn't it be nice? That's sexy energy. That's some good energy right there, right? I like that energy. Oh, it's my favorite. That's that stuff that just, woo, gosh, I'm getting like, all right. That's the stuff I know that I can really manifest with. Okay, great. So now I have all the energy. Now I know that I should focus in the direction I want to be rather than where I don't want to be. Okay, I got these hands down. Okay, there might be other energy with some kind of personality that has an agenda. Okay, I don't need to know about that stuff. Okay, great. I know my agenda. That's what I need to focus on is my agenda. Mine, right? And only until you can articulate it will you be able to manifest it. So you have to know what you want. Okay. Oh, I want $1 million. No problem. Those facilitators will come in and get you an extra job at McDonald's. Remember, you're an infinite being. Heck yeah. So you could work all that lifetime and gain everything that you're asking for. So, it's not that you need to be reasonable in your requests. That's not it. You need to be aligned with your requests. So if there's resistance in a request, you're not in alignment with it. Something inside of you is saying, I can't have it. Okay? Something inside of you is saying, I'm not deserving of that. Oh, that's too ridiculous. That's too over the top. That's too much. What would I do with that? All right, 100,000. I could go on a trip. I could do this. See, different energy. All you're looking for is where there's no resistance. Okay? The easiest way to start with any kind of manifestation is start with what you have. So what do you have? Do you have a house to live in? Do you have a place to stay? Okay, cool. That's one need met. So what other needs? You have food to eat, you have clothing, you have a little bit of spending money, not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, fine. Everything's really going good in your life and you'd really like to just, feels like you're ready to level up, right? And that's where you guys are at. You're ready to level up. All right. So in that aspect, now it's time for you to ask yourself, what does that mean? Okay. So what does that mean to you? For me, it meant getting out of my fear and really stepping up and doing what I knew I needed to do. So this right here is part of me answering my manifestation, my law of attraction. I called in the class. So here I am showing up for what I called in, scared because I want to do it right. But, hey, I got no control as far as that goes. Spirit just channels and I say, okay, and then all seems to work out. I like it. sometimes. However, the beauty is that I understand how it's going to work. I'm just going to ask for something and then it's just going to show up. I might be doing this over here and then I'll go, oh, wow, look, that present just got here. I'm so excited. And that's really what happens. Now, I want you to notice what it is that I did when I gave you that analogy. All right. I gave you several different tidbits. The first one was I told you that I wanted something. Okay. The next, I put it out there. The next, I didn't care about it anymore, whether it showed up or not. I didn't care. It wasn't a need. Got it? It wasn't a need. Haven't you ever noticed that, like, when you want something that is really, really desperate, it comes really, really molasses slow? It's because, and so you're still focused on it not being there. So you're the resistance. Get out of your way. All right, get out of your way. So the things like, it'd be really good to get a parking spot, like when I'm there and then parking spots there. Okay, great. All hail the parking lot gods. Right on. Because it's not as important or as impactful, you're always going to get that parking space because that always happens for you. See the difference in the energy? That's my story. That's what I'm creating. I always have. I always have enough. I always have enough. That blows me away that I always have enough. And I get to a point where I'm manifesting at such an alarming rate that I'm like, I don't know what else I'm going to do with anything more. So give me a second. Okay. Because I've asked for so much in my life that it's just starting to show up because I forgot all about those 14, 15, 16-year-old asks that I had. And now they're coming. And I'm like, oh, geez, thanks. It's not exactly what I want. So there's that. We're good? Okay, good, good. Take a breathe again. I'm almost ready to take a break, about 10 minutes. Well, less than 10 minutes, about 8 minutes. And then we'll do like 5 minutes. Perfect. Okay, so now we've done the, here. Better? You could sense the difference, yes? Isn't it weird? All we did was take a thought process that was introduced into our manifestation, and we said, okay, we'll work with that in a minute. That's it. Okay, so there, it'll get taken care of, we're all good, and then we'll come into this, and now we're ready. All right, so I want you to move into your heart space, and I want to invite you to have a thought and a feeling of gratitude. Really feel that gratitude. We'll bring in more gratitude energy. There you go. Yeah. We're going to shift the energy from gratitude to appreciation. See, it feels like right now energy, but it feels joyous, like something's coming. Gratitude is what you have. Appreciation is coming. Get it? That's the difference in the energies. All right. So from this place of appreciation, what would you like to have as your next experience? Pick something really simple, like maybe you want 5 people to smile really big at you and say hi tomorrow. Okay? Just for absolutely no reason. Just people be like that. All right? See that joy that you have in your heart because of that? And then let that one go. There you go. So you're set up for that experience tomorrow. Now go ahead and pull something else in that's not resistant. Pick something. So you have pressure on your hearts. Do you feel that? All right. So that's your resistance. You're not allowing your heart to be as open as it can be. There's part of the story that's there that says, oh, I don't know if this will work. So let's let go of that. Oh, see how the pressure goes away when you recognize what the fuck it is? Cut that out, Solange. Okay, so no, don't. It's the best. All right. Ease, right? More ease. Okay, so when you notice in your body that you have a pain or an obstruction, get it? It is literally telling you that there's resistance. That's another indicator for you. When you find out that there's that resistance, you can investigate it. You can look at it and you can say, okay, so what's this about? Is this because I have tried to manifest something and it hasn't come? And so I'm resistant because it hasn't worked before. Oh, that's a story. Okay, so how do I get rid of that story? Let me write that story out. Let's see how successful that story is. Okay, every time I manifest, nothing comes forward for me. I'm writing with this pencil that I didn't manifest on this paper that I didn't manifest with these thoughts that I don't obviously have. Oh, wait, all manifested. We manifest 100% of the time, everything that we do, everything. I want to go to the bathroom. Magic, there's a bathroom. I woke up and I think I want some orange juice. I'm going to go to the refrigerator. I'm going to pull orange juice out. I'm going to pour me a glass of orange juice. Oh, I manifested a glass of orange juice. And that's really manifestation. You think about something you want, and then you go and you get it. All right? And it is that simple. It's just about it showing up. So recognition, that's the next part of it, okay? All right, so what I did was I went online and I downloaded some lists for law of attraction, okay? I have them on my computer, and if you would like, if you put your email on there, I will email you the handouts, whatever you want to call them. And then that way you'll have them too. They're usually websites that I go to and I look to see what really satisfies what I know to be true, okay? Keep in mind that you know it to be true, 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 you know it to be true. So we all have our own truths, okay? And that just means that we're all sharing energy. We share our energy, we transfer our energy to others. And so in those transfers, what are you giving? That's what you're receiving, all right? And so, yes. Okay, so that's my writing of it. Okay, here we go. So we'll go through the 12 universal laws. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. And it's just how energy in the universe behaves. All right. Are all of you guys familiar with the universal laws? Have you ever heard about them? No? Have you ever heard of universal laws?
I've heard that term.
The term?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So we have laws in physics. Okay. So there's like 4 forces in nature that we really understand. Okay. There's the electromagnetic field that just happens and is, and it's a force. Okay. And then there's negative, and then there's positive, and then there's gravity. All right. Those are the recognized physics. Okay. The thing is that there's practices in native cultures, indigenous cultures, that also look at it as like different forces of nature, like wind, right, is a force of nature, right? And beauty is a force of nature. So if you look and you use like that word, beauty, okay, so you're looking for the beauty of a situation, you're weaving a story about what you would like to have happen. We talk to ourselves all day long, so tell a good one. All right. Okay. So the first law is the law of divine oneness. We are all one. We're one consciousness. We are conscious, hyper conscious of one another at all times. We have thoughts that often are of others in our situation. We're holding space for those individuals. We're in their energy, they're in our energy. we're remote viewing where they're at because we're looking in to see how they're doing. When we're tapping them and we're pinging them, they're pinging us back because they'll get that energy transfer. All right. So oneness. We are all one energy, just different parts. All right. Okay, so this law states that we are all connected to one another and everything else in the universe. We're all made of the same energy, all connected to the same source. How you can use it, this is one person's version, okay? You can apply this law by recognizing and reminding yourself that we're all connected. We're all in this together. What we do to others, we do to ourselves. When you see someone in need, lend a helping hand. When you feel anger or hatred towards someone, try to understand their perspective and have compassion. So if you feel in contrast in a situation, look at the contrast and see, because a lot of times when we're in contrast, we're determined to tell the story of how awful it is, right? This is the worst situation. So we're in that story. When we're in that story, we can begin to say, oh, okay, so wait a minute. Nothing's being done to me. I'm going to move out. I think I'm going to get a little energetic boundary going so that way I can observe. All right. And that's properly using your neuroscience. Okay. So you can observe your experience. All right. Then you get to determine more readily what kind of emotions you want to have in that experience. All right. Okay. The law of oneness is about connectivity and staying connected. It's an integral part of law of attraction. So understand that whatever you're asking for belongs to everyone. You may be doing a personal ask for you, but it belongs to everyone. So the best way to get it is to be ready to share it. All right. So what can you have that you can share? I can have money that I could share. That's always my go-to. I'm a Taurus. I like it. So money is a really good vibration for me. I love money. I am not enslaved by it. I know it's an energy. I know that it is the food for some, but not for me. It's more fun energy. It's like stuff I get to do stuff with. All right. And that's all that's for me, that's really all it is. When I don't think I have enough, because I have to have a certain level to feel comfortable. All right. And when I don't feel that comfort, I go, oh, coppers are getting down. Gotta do something about that. All of a sudden, I'll have clients calling me, things will start happening. I'll go, come on, I just wanted the money, not really the work. Don't we all? I don't think I'm that different. Okay. All right. And then the law of vibration is a second law. All right. So we all vibrate at a cycles per second rate. If you're not aware of it, what that is that your body has a measurable vibration. And that rate, when it is higher, means that there is less debris in your energetic makeup. When it is lower, slower, and denser, you have more in your energy field. Okay? Just means you need to clear. That's all that ever means. Okay? If you're having trouble clearing, you find someone who can help you clear. You learn from that individual how to clear. Always learn how to clear. Learn, get a tool, always get a tool. It's important that you understand that the tool that's being used for you can be used by you. All right. Okay. That is the law of vibration. Isn't that wild? Oh, did everybody's right ear just close? Yours did? Did yours?
No,
No, mine
Did
didn't.
yours? Did yours? Did yours?
I don't think so.
Did yours? Okay. So quick, yours didn't?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Good question.
Okay. What's your question?
How can we measure the vibration?
Well, it's measurable. You can go and have yourself measured. I have thereabouts. So in school, I learned that we travel. Let's say your diet isn't the best. All right. It's not uber clean. It's just kind of half there, you know, it's kind of like you get some fast food, maybe you'll cook once in a while, that sort of stuff. And you don't do a whole lot of exercise. Maybe you watch TV a lot and you just go to work and, you know, that's the life, right? So in that life, what happens is that you're sedentary a lot. So it's going to be a slower vibration for you, slower cycles per second. It's going to be down in the 300 range. All right. Okay. So every second, your body is vibrating 300 cycles.
That's
Okay.
slow.
And that's slow. Okay. So watch. I'm going to bring you all into 300. Yeah, heck yeah. It's good. Watch. Here's 300. You're going to feel like you're in dirt, basically. Okay. It feels kind of restrictive, right? See what I mean? Feels kind of restrictive, kind of like, how do I get out of this? Little sticky, right? That is what that vibration feels like. But when you decide that you want to let go of that vibration, you raise your vibration. So here we'll go 400, starting to lighten. There we go, 6. We'll go to 7.
How do we raise it? Just like that?
7. I'm doing it through intention and energy. And so that's what I'm doing. So that's what I basically teach all the time is energy and intention. You bring the two together, no matter what it is that you're doing. It's all application. You're learning language. That's it. So my intention was for you to understand and come to an arrangement with 300 and understand that you're no longer at that level. You've raised your vibration substantially. Now everybody's around 6, 7, and we can go up higher. Watch, okay? So now I want to pull everybody into my entrainment, and I'm going to go. You feel centered, good, right? Nice vibration, right? Because I decide that that one's better for me. So I'm going to be there. You can come anytime you like. All right. So my intention was that I want to be in that vibration. So there I am. I have no reason to think I can't be there. I've been there before, so I know I can do it again. I've had $1,000 in my hand, so I know I can do it again. I had never had $100,000 in my hand all at one time, but I know I can. I'm good for a couple billion. I know I am. I'm good. I'm able to receive that amount. So you just have to find out like what you're willing to receive, right? If something feels a little overwhelming, then you're not ready for it. Listen, your body's telling you, your experience is telling you, hey, wait, you know, if we eat all the food in a lifetime in one sitting, we may not survive it. Okay. So like, listen. All right. So the law of vibration states that everything in the universe is vibrating at a certain frequency, and like attracts like. So this plays into the law of attraction. All right. So my vibe and your vibe, we're all vibing the same right now. We're all good. Okay. See how it's going up higher? Because I like that. So I'm there. I'm good. So now I'm feeling there. That's my level of relief. I have to be there to feel comfortable. Now, when I'm there, I know now that I can connect my gratitude feeling to my heart and then come into my cerebral desire, and I can bring it together, and then I can go like this, all right, and send it out there, whatever it is. Okay, so I want to manifest something. I want to physically manifest something, and I want to do it to prove to you that it can be done, all right? So I'm searching right now in my field for something I have not asked for. Taking me a while. So let's see. What would be good? God, there's so many good things out there. Okay. I'll think about it. I'll think about it and I'll tell you what it is that I'm going to bring into my awareness. And I'll tell you how many days it's going to take. And I'll tell you why I know. And I'll tell you all of that. Okay. Right now, I'm working on it. All I'm doing is playing with the energy of it. I don't even know what it is. I just know I want something. I just know I want something, and that brings me joy. I know I want something. I know I'm going to get it. I don't know what it is. I'm excited. I'm happy. That's it. And that's how you manifest. That's really how you manifest. Okay. You guys are like, almost got it. Okay. So, so if you're vibrating at high frequency, you'll attract things and people into your life that are also vibrating at that frequency. So maintaining your frequency is a sustain. All right. How a sustain works is it works for a duration and then falls off. All right. And the reason it falls off is because another frequency gets introduced, and it's supposed to. We're having experiences. So simply because one doesn't match the other doesn't make them wrong or you're out of alignment. It just means it's a different entrainment, a different energy vibration. So you get to choose whether or not it's something that you want to interact with, whether or not this is something you really want to experience. And then those little buffers that you set up allow you to really determine more of what you want. See, you guys just now started to think about what you want. Isn't that interesting how that just came in like that? What the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. The third law is law of correspondence, how we talk to the universe, right? The law of correspondence is summed up with phrases as above, so below. All that magnanimous energy that you talk about in universal consciousness, that beautiful love energy, all that you desire is out there in that energy. Everything that you want is out there, right? Well, you have to talk to it to tell it to come into this experience. So as above, so below. It's about bringing stuff in. It's about matching your vibration to where you would like for it to be, because your experience is to bring you comfort and satisfaction, because that's what you're desiring. If you're desiring happiness because you're happy, you just want to bump. You want to level up that happy. That's it. Okay. If you want to change the vibration that you're in because it's dissatisfying, you're going to change it before you manifest. You'll change it before you manifest, or you'll still have the same thing. That's why. You can only receive what you're a vibrational match for. Now, you are not the only one manifesting. Okay. And because of that, you have other people's vibrations that are going to rattle what you want. Remember, we're all in the same consciousness. We're all in the same ideation. So all these ideas and all these beautiful things that we want to manifest, there's other people that would like those things, all right? Okay. And it doesn't mean that they'll get them first or that there's not enough. It just means there's a lot of people asking for it. It's whoever has the least resistance gets it first. It doesn't mean you can never have it. It just means the people who are not resistant will get it before you. So don't be resistant. That's the key. Okay, so here we are. According to the law of correspondence, our thoughts, emotions, and actions create ripples that extend out into the universe. Over time, these ripples come back to us, shaping our reality in accordance with our innermost beliefs. Ooh, beliefs. In other words, we tend to get what we expect out of life. Have you ever seen that poster where it says, when we're looking for something, we find what we're looking for? Have you ever seen that saying anywhere? So we're so focused on finding something that when we find it, we forget that it was an adventure to get there to find it. Now we have it, so we're okay. We didn't even enjoy the adventure to get it. So the idea is to understand that you're going to have it no matter what. It's all going to come. All the things that you want are going to come. It's perspective, comfort, satisfaction. Perspective, comfort, satisfaction. You always want to open your mind. That's what you're asking for. You're asking for another experience so that your mind becomes open so you can learn more. We're avarice when it comes to that. We have such a desire to learn more, learn more, learn more, because we think that that's going to give us more answers. It gives us more energy for sure. Lots of different kinds of energy. Okay. The thing is that what do you really need to learn? And where are you really going to learn it? You're going to learn it inside. You're not going to learn it outside. Okay. So doing the writing, any kind of writing that you're doing, any kind of journaling that you're doing is going to be beneficial because it allows you to get out some of the debris that's blocking you. All right. And it doesn't mean that you're going to write all bad things or all good things or any, it just means you're just getting out half of the book that you tell yourself every day. That's it. It's super simple. Okay. All right. So the law of attraction is the fourth law. All right. And it's like attracts like, or that which is like itself is drawn. And the reason that you use that term, that which is like itself is drawn, is because you're commanding the energy. Like attracts like is very happenstance energy, don't you think? Right? So that which is like itself is drawn pulls the energy toward you. Okay, everybody close your eyes. This is the best exercise ever. Picture the best car, house, boat, vacation. Put yourself in it. Really put yourself in it. Best, the best, the best, the best. You're frolicking, you're having fun, everything's joyous. Pull the vision toward you. Pull it closer. Pull it closer still. And there you are. Now you're in it. You're really in it. Look around at all the people. Look around at the shiny car, wherever it is you're at. Look around. What the hell are all these people doing in your vision? But you're in it. You're there. Allow that vibration to show you possible. And now allow your knowing to show you probable. See how it gets seated in the body? Now you're a magnet. You're a magnet for that vision. We're using electromagnetic energy coupled with our non-physical and physical form to generate a desire through visioning, an experience that we'd like to have, and we're pulling the energy toward us. Great. And now let go of all of that. You come back. Inside yourself, you know that this will happen right now. You have no resistance. None whatsoever. And it was because you were in charge of the energy. You were pulling the energy toward you. You knew exactly what it was that you wanted. You put yourself in the vision. You were in the experience. You were in the energy of it. Because your energy has your experience before your physical form does. It's there. It's always there. Always there. Isn't that the best hack ever? I love that hack. Heck yeah. Do some meditations about what it is that you want. You'll be really surprised. Super cool. Okay? Good?
I have a question. When you say do meditations and think about what it is you want, so do you think about that before you quiet yourself or during the meditation? Or
That's a good
throughout the
question.
meditation? Because I feel like sometimes I'm thinking about something, am I supposed to be quiet or am I supposed to be thinking and envisioning that?
Well, it's actually up to you. So for me, when I do meditations for myself, I have a specific reason for doing them.
An
Okay.
intention.
So I have an intention. Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect. That was so good, Anna. Thank you very much. Okay. So thank you. Really good. I just like warm my heart. Okay. So my intention when I go into a meditation is to create ease in my field. All right. And usually it's because I have an ask, a desire, a want, a need that is unmet. All right. And maybe I have too much stuff in my field, so I need to clear it. Okay. So my intention is just to have ease and get centered anytime I'm in a meditation. And then I allow what comes because I'm in my mind. My mind has all kinds of stuff in there. So I'm going to be in my mind and I'm going to be in the universe and the universe is going to show me what I need to know. And so it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is great. You can manifest in a meditation if you would like, but you weren't in a manifest, you weren't in a meditation, you were more in a field of energy. You can get to that same field by intentioning through a meditation. All right. So your question was, do I do it this way or do I do it that way? If you're manifesting in a meditation, you write down what it is that you would like, use the visioning first till you can feel it, then go into the meditation, all right, and release the resistance to receiving it. That's the best way. Is that a good process?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Manifesting from a meditation is usually receiving an inspiration. Okay. And you can say it's from spirit, you can say it's from the universe, you can say it's from a lot of different things, but it's usually from the field of ideation. All right. And you're just up in there and you're just poking around. And so it's kind of cool. So you get this inspirational idea. You're like, hey, so what does that look like? Because your mind's going to ask questions. What does that look like? So when I started meditating, I meditated for a lot of years. And I finally decided that I was going to do it with some focus. All right. And it wasn't because I was doing it wrong. It's just I wanted to change it. Not because I wasn't getting what I wanted, but because I wanted to change it. I just wanted to change it. So what I did was I decided that the meditation was going to be my journey. All right. Once I decided that, then anything was possible. It wasn't just what I wanted anymore. Now it was anything. Anything could happen, anything. And that just, the floodgates opened. So I'm in a meditation up in my room, and I know that I'm not supposed to stay at the workplace that I'm at, but I'm resistant to leaving the paycheck. and it's just like soul stealing. And so I'm just like, okay, this is probably not where I need to be. And what actually makes me leave is that I'm hearing other people's thoughts. And when I come into the room, nobody's talking. And I go, oh, snap, I'm holding people back because I can't move on. That's not good. So when I figured that out, I was like, okay, cool. Let me readjust my life. And I came up with the meditation. I went ahead and learned Reiki and got attuned. And then when I did that and did the meditations, I knew that I wasn't going to be over at that place anymore. And I knew that something else was coming in. And one day during a meditation, all my meditations kind of started the same, where I could get centered, because I like to do that drop-in meditation that I have, and it's a 10 count. All right. And so I was doing that, and I'd hit that gap where there's nothing, and that beautiful reset happens. And then all of a sudden I'd find myself on the edge of a cliff, and it felt like I was in Arizona overlooking like the beautiful painted desert of the Colorado River and the gully and everything. It was just so beautiful. However, I was at the precipice, and in order for me to move forward, I had to just step off, and I had to learn how to just say, okay. And I would do that. And I would go places, just go places, all kinds of places. And it was really great. I didn't put two and two together to know that what I was doing was I was journeying into my future. I didn't know that, not at that time. And I was just envisioning things that were coming. And it wasn't me that was generating it. It was kind of like I had a desire inside that was not being answered. I wanted to know, like, well, what next? If not this, what next? Right? And so here I am, I'm asking these questions. And I'm asking those questions during the day, but everything's getting processed in my meditation. And what happened was that I stepped off this one time, and I got struck with this place. I was in this place, and this place had these doors that opened from there and from there, and you came in, and there was a desk right here, and there was all these rooms that went back like that. And it was some kind of studio. I'm like looking, and it had these like fun house doors that were meditation rooms around this way. And I go, all right. And then around this way, there's bigger rooms to where like, people could do yoga in some of them. I kept seeing candles in one, and it was just like, it was really wild, but I would keep going there. And I was going there for like maybe 3 days. And then the third day, a candle appeared. And when the candle appeared, the word BOTI came up. And I was like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, the energy whispered to me, beautiful on the inside. And all of a sudden, this big healing happened for me. And I didn't realize that I had been working on the inside all that time. So all of a sudden, it washed over me. I tell Manuel this great thing. I go, oh, wow, hey, we're going to lose ourselves in this new business. I didn't say that. I said, oh, I have an idea. Sounds the same. And he's so willing. He's so willing. So anyway, so that's how this baby was born, through meditation. But mostly it was very organic for me. So that's how meditation is for me. It may not be that way for you, because all of us have our own experience and all of it is correct. So if sometimes you're manifesting in your meditation, perfect. If sometimes you're not manifesting in your meditation, perfect. It just means that's that kind of meditation that day in that moment for you. And it's the right one. Okay.
Makes sense. I've come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Varies so much.
Right.
I was like, that one I didn't like so much, or this one I loved it, or this one I'm gonna try different things next time.
Right? Yeah. Well, you need a variety when it comes to meditation. When we continue to go to the same pattern repeatedly, it becomes used. And the pattern that I'm talking about is the synapse in the brain. Okay. So when we use the same pattern, it creates gullies and alleys and fissures. So that way the brain is efficient. So it just wants to go there, go there, go there. So you're hitting the end result too fast. Okay. And that's not what meditation is about. Meditation is a practice, right? And so it's all about the journey. It's not all about the, oh, I'm going to sit here and then I'll feel better. It's all about like, what the fuck's going to happen? Okay. All right. So good. Okay. So law of inspired action. Wow. One leads into the other, huh? It's just so weird. Okay. So law of inspired action, universal law. I love how universal law is put together. Okay. So this may seem obvious, but it is important to remember that inaction will never lead to manifestation. Remember how your arms started to get all tingly, like you were getting ready to go and do some work? Okay, now you know why. Your energy is telling you that it requires action. Okay, you can get the inspiration, but until you step out and step up, nothing will take place. Things will fall out of the sky for you. Things will just show up. All right. The thing is that if you can recognize the little signs of whatever it is that you're manifesting as it shows up, like maybe you're trying to manifest a house, okay? And you get the keys to an apartment. It's not the house. But if you recognize that you got something that's pulling you toward it, get it? So this is a stepping stone. Got it? Rather than, oh, I didn't get what I wanted. Oh, I got this one. Okay, so I'm good. Okay, so I'm on the right path. Okay, great. I don't know how I got that, but boy, I sure love this. Can't wait for the next. That's the energy you want to manifest with. You want to be joyful and receptive. Joyful and receptive, that is the vibration that you want to bring things in with, okay? So you must put in the work. Here is the good news. Taking inspired action is a lot easier than it sounds, okay? When you're inspired to act, you're in alignment with your desires. Your action will feel natural and effortless, leading you closer to your goals. All right. Now, we have a tendency to create expectations for others. All right. How are those rules working out for you? I can tell they're working really good. They're working exactly how they're supposed to. Not at all. Okay. So expectations usually have to be adjusted. They usually do, because we set the bar pretty high. We set the bar high because we need a level of comfort to be met, and we think that that's the level of comfort, but we're not able to meet that need. So why would we expect somebody else to? Well, right? So find out what you can do and adjust. Okay? If you want somebody to come into your life and love you unconditionally, no matter what, be there for you 100% of the time, what are you willing to bring to the table? That's the work. Okay? That's the work right there. All right. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So I want to talk about inspiration just for a second. Inspiration is that inkling of something that goes like this. Ooh. Yeah. That's satisfied. Oh, yeah. That's inkling. That's inspiration right there. It is the motivation energy that puts you into action. All right. And when you allow it, right, it's great. What we're all learning right now as a society is whether or not we're doing inspired action or auto-accommodating action. Okay, so you'll need to learn to differentiate between the two. Auto-accommodation is like you see somebody across the room that looks like they're thirsty, and you go and get it, and you take it to them, and they're like, "Oh, a thing? No, I'm good." Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you needed this because I saw you from over here looking thirsty. They didn't ask for it. You're the one trying to make them comfortable, but you're not checking your level of comfort. Again, expectation is set incorrectly. So you just want to meet your needs first, and then you'll be able to figure out if it's inspired action. Maybe that inspired action to grab a cup of water to take over to the individual was more a conversation starter, and you missed the boat. Right? So just paying attention to what inspires you about making connection with that individual, right? Why is that individual drawing you in? Okay, then observe them. Find out what your vibration is. Right? Every conversation that shows up, you don't have to partake. Know that. Okay, so here you are. There's somebody that looks a little juicy. Okay, maybe I'll go over there and I'll talk to them. They look like they're fun. Okay. Why? Is that why? Because of fun? Like I need conversation? Oh, I could talk myself out of anything. I don't need to go over there. Oh, I just missed my inspiration. I just missed my inkling. I just talked myself out of it. Why? Why would I do that? We'll call it self-sabotage. Okay. But it isn't. It's fear. My fear is judgment. I think that person's going to judge me for me just striking up a conversation with them. And I'm worried that they're going to think I'm a weirdo because I honed in on them. And I don't want them to think that I'm Bugs Bunny and George. I will love him and squeeze him and he will be my friend. Right? Okay. So here I am exposing all my insecurities in that moment to myself that I'm unwilling to recognize. It's so much safer just to shut everybody out.
Is that a gut feeling?
It can be a gut feeling. Yeah, it can be. So a lot of times you could get there's two different kinds of gut feelings. One is a genuine register when you're in a situation, it's very situational. Another is a knee jerk. It's reactionary. All right. And it is, both of them serve a purpose, and they're both very powerful. Both of them are telling you something about the situation. Sometimes, like if you have a gut feeling and it brings ease, then there's that vibe. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. If you have that gut feeling and it's like, I probably should have checked out an hour ago, right? Then you know that's your alignment. And that really is like how it works.
Well, one of them isn't as powerful, and that's the one that goes into like, oh, I should have listened to that one.
Right? That's it. That's it. That's it. Because reading your body language is another way to recognize where you're at, right? And before you start manifesting, know where you're at, because that is the key to getting what you desire. If you are in energy or in a situation that you find undesirable, or maybe it's just real thick, right? And you can't see your way out of it. It's like being in a plastic bag. One, you're in a spiritual growth spurt, okay? And you're being given a lot of tools all at once. And you might feel like you're suffocating, but you're not. All you have to do is look around and see what you've been given and say, oh, okay, so what can I use to help me get out of this position? Because you're just moving across the game board of life. All right. The next thing that you need to understand is that everything that you ask for that comes in is a lifestyle change. Everything that you ask for that comes in is a lifestyle change. I want a new car. New car comes in, lifestyle change. You miss the old car because it had these things. It's called grief. So every time you have a lifestyle change, you go through a period of grief. You need to recognize what it is that you're missing. What are you missing? What are you longing for? How come you're grieving it? Because it served you well. It went ahead and it was there for you 20 years. That car just drove and drove and drove and drove. And it was like Betsy. She was there. She was always there. She loved you. And you got George. You don't know how George is going to be. You've seen George around. Okay. All right. So that's grief. Grief is the sense of longing for something that isn't present. All right. What I want you to understand about that is that the poignancy of what you're missing is so present, it's providing you a reason to grieve. All right. So you're in the moment of the energy that you're missing. You're in that moment. That's why it's so much. Okay. All right. So now, law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Best one yet. It's my favorite, halfway there. Okay. This law that all matter and energy are in constant state of transformation. Pardon me. All energy is constantly moving and changing form. Nothing is ever truly stuck. This law helps us understand that everything is connected and that change is always possible. Okay, great. That's nice. Also, whew, pardon me. Okay. So how you use the the law of perpetual transmutation. Transmutation means change. That's all it means, change. That's it. It's a big word for a little thing. Everything is change. Just understand that and you'll be set. Everything is change. Okay. So how do you use transmutation? Well, there's a lot of different ways to use it. We're using it right now because we're changing thoughts. So we're already transmuting energy. Okay. We've already transmuted the energy from our sound bites into something more favorable. All right. We've shifted our vibration to where we're comfortable. Our level of comfort's met. So there's a lot of things that we've done already in a short period of time. Okay. We changed the energy from where we were into where it is that we would like to be. So if we can do that just sitting here, we should be able to do that anywhere, right? Wouldn't you think so? Like everything that you've learned, everything that you're being told can be applied, every single thing, okay? And you can try it out, but it will work. I'm going to get 3 stones that are yellow from somebody. I don't know who they are, but I see them coming. That was cheating, but I like that. Okay. I just want to tell you what I wanted. That's cheating, huh? Oh, well, okay. All right. So if you were to change the energy from what you don't want into what you do want. Okay, let's say you have that power. Okay, I'm gonna give you that power here. You have that power, 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 you have that power. Oh damn, I have that power. Okay, so how I'm gonna change it is I'm gonna change it into something that I want. Okay, so right now we're in flux. Okay, I can feel we're in flux. We're at this place where we're really close to getting everything that we've talked about. Okay, and I'm going to push you over the edge so we get it. All right, it's an energy. So part of it is this. You're looking for tangibles. All right, everything is tangible. Energy that's invisible, energy that is physical, all tangible. It all is present. Okay, so if you want to access energy, you can grab a handful of it. Now, what do you want to do with it? For that handful of energy, how much did you grab? Well, I grabbed enough for energy to equal matter. Okay, that's what I did. See what I mean? It's how you grab. All right, what do I want to do with this? Okay, let me think. Okay, I think that what I would like, I know what I want, and I know what I can't have at the moment. Let me see. I'm fighting for rain right now. I'm asking for rain, and they're like, not yet. I'm like, but I want rain. Okay, let's see. There's rain in the rainforest. They're telling me that's so nice. Okay, what else do I want? It's awful having that much information sometimes. Okay. Okay, you know what? Instead, I'm just going to show you something, okay? So in my hand, I have enough energy to hit everybody on their left knee, okay? And then bounce to their right knee, up to their third eye, and then out with their vision. Watch. Transmutation of energy. Law of cause and effect. Energy. I just did it. So that is where we always look for fault and blame, cause and effect. All right. But there really is no fault and blame. And the only way that you can measure energy is through cause and effect. So that's why it exists. All right. It states nothing happens by chance or outside the natural order of things. So you hear us say divine order an awful lot, right? And we know that the universe, source, however you would like to look at it, God, creator, creation, sublime presence, supreme being. Are you happy yet? Okay, so anyway, so you have like this structure in your belief system. You measure everything against that belief system, and if it isn't in alignment, you determine it as negative. Okay, what you're learning to do is to be more open with the energy and not interpret it so finitely. Cause and effect is a very finite measurement. Okay, and if you're manifesting, you're in cause and effect. Okay, your cause is your desire. Your effect is your pushing it out. Okay, and that's what brings that lemniscape, is that figure eight. Okay, that's what brings that reciprocation back. So you're floating out this vibration and you're going to bring in this experience. And that's basically what you're doing all the time. All right. Okay. So pay attention to your thoughts and action. Okay. I love these questions. They're not my questions, so I'm going to ask them anyway. Are you constantly being a bad person? Do you treat others with disrespect? If so, you're causing negative effects in your life. It's really that simple. So now it comes down to, if I want to manifest, I have to be good. Yeah. 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 Otherwise, you're going to manifest stuff that doesn't really help you. All right. It's just going to be all over the place. Okay, so that brings us to the law of compensation. Now remember everything in divine order. So the law of compensation, keep in mind that if something's taken from you, it will be given back tenfold. It will always happen. It always happens no matter what. It may not look the same, but it happens every single time. Every single time, right?
May I ask?
Sure.
If you hold on to that loss, then it won't come back until you let that loss go, just like, you
Because
have
it's
to let your
tangible.
wishes go. Yeah,
Because it's tangible. So if you're
Yeah.
holding on to a
Yeah.
loss, you're taking up space with the energy.
yeah.
And because that's where you want to bring the energy to, okay? You're not allowing, yeah. There you go, manifested that one. Okay, so I like that. That was good. Okay, so the thing is that like if you're in that energy, right?
Yeah.
And you're in that energy of loss and you're holding on to it, then there's no way for you to get out of it. That's your focus. So it's where your focus is. So where are you looking? Where are your thoughts? Where are your feelings? What's your vision? What is it you want to do with your experience, right? And it's super important that you understand that. Not your motivations, because your motivations there's like so many of them. Okay. We'll reason in one, but there's 50, 100, lots. Okay. And it's just because that's really how it works. So the law of compensation is the law of reaping and sowing. So you get what you give. That's the law of compensation. Okay. So if we give out negative energy, we get negative energy. Positive, positive. The law of compensation ensures that nothing in the universe is ever out of balance. All right. So there's plenty of energy. Energy can be sentient beings, it can be everything. Okay. That's all energy. So we always have access to the energy. It's really nice to have access to the energy. But if we take it from this side of the universe, this side of the universe will have to give something. All right. And it doesn't mean that this lacks, it just means that this has the polarity measurement accompaniment. So we're bringing from this side and we will receive this side too. All right. So anything you've ever received that you've manifested has had two vibrations. It's been good to you and it's been not so good to you. All right. Because it's an experience. That's all. It's just an experience. Good. That was, God, we're so close. I could see it. We're all getting ready to go. It's like I can hear the roller coaster right now going up to the top. Okay. Okay. So the reason that law of compensation is so important is because that is where you need to be mindful of your thoughts, because your thoughts become things. Everything that you're sitting on, everything you've ever experienced was somebody else's thought at one time. Got it? You're somebody else's thoughts. Yesterday, I found out this is my mind. I was like, oh, cool. Welcome to my mind. It just kind of went like this for me yesterday. It was really good. Okay. So that brings us to the law of polarity. Isn't that interesting? God, they're really doing great, huh? Because like I don't know these laws. I just downloaded stuff. So that way, sorry, Solange. So anyway, I just downloaded some things so that way, I don't know how long the course is going to be available. Okay. All right, let's see. So the law of polarity. All right. So it teaches us that everything has an opposite. There's also that compensatory that we know of, right? So you have Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, right? The law of gravity. And then you also have the law of relativity. I don't know if he did the law of relativity. I think that might be Einstein. So anyway, so law of relativity is what bit?
Einstein.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. Is that everything is connected. All right. Connected and interconnected. And in that law of relativity, we exist and we can live. We exist and we can live. So when you're choosing through inspired action to be in alignment with your desires, you're in your manifestational capacity. There isn't anything else that you need to do. Everything that you want is going to show up. Okay? But you're doing things. You're going places. You're having experiences, and you're creating desires. You're saying, oh yeah, hey, I'd like a cotton candy too. All right. Cotton candy, yeah, well, right on. Okay. Because you're just innocuous. I like that. That's okay. Super no resistance. When you get into the more resistant things, okay, I want a 3-bedroom, 1-story, large backyard, need a dog. And I just saw our house. Hallelujah. Okay. So when we are in that energy and there is a pushback of any kind, then it just means it needs to stay in the oven a little longer. That's all that is. So give yourself a break. Don't keep trying to manifest something that's resistant, because all you're doing is becoming resistant. That's it. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be resistant in what you're trying to do. Okay. Well, the law of polarity also lets you know that for every situation you're in, there's a solution. Situation, solution. All right. How we come to those situations, this is like really interesting. All right. We're all in a situation right now. We all chose to be here. We decided that this was going to be a good action. So far, we're pretty satisfied with the turn of events. Everything's like moving along at a pretty good pace. We just need that one nugget so that we get it. All right. So we're pretty satisfied right now, but you can feel like right here in your solar plexus, dissatisfaction. See what I mean? That's what I'm reading. I'm reading to see when you get it. So what I'm working with right now is your empowerment to know that you can have it. All right. Energetically, I'm working with you, but I'm also talking it into you. I'm speaking it into your field. Okay. And that way it gets easier for you. There's a lot of activations that you guys have had this evening. You were activated for your magnetism, for what it is that you desire, which is beautiful. You'll be surprised what's going to, don't get overwhelmed. Just be like, okay, that's a cool experience. All right, I saw that one not coming. Cool. All right. But it's just you becoming comfortable with you. And it's really important that you get comfortable, because not all of us are comfortable in our skin. We're still trying to find out who we are. All right. I don't know who I am. I'm still trying to find out who I am. I was talking to somebody earlier and I went, you're just searching for you, like me. I'm searching for me. And I find bits and pieces inside of everybody. I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of me right there. Yeah, I'm good with that. So, but that's what it is. And that brings us to the 11th law, the law of rhythm. Okay. So the law of rhythm is what we are. We're frequency. We're light and frequency. That is what a sentient being is. Light and frequency. The photon energy is the light. The frequency is your vibration. We are light and frequency. We take form and we have a physicality to us because we accept it in agreement. It doesn't mean that that's how it is. That's just our agreement with the energy mass. All right. We can shift it. We can release it. When we fluctuate in our weight up and down, that's all we're doing. We're just changing our energetic mass. All right. So we do it often. It just determine where you want to be. I've determined I want to be less. So I'm getting there. And I don't care how long it takes. I just want to be less right now. I was comfortable being more. Now I'm going to be comfortable being less. And that's how it works for me. I don't have to say certain phrases like, oh no, I'm not losing weight. I don't need to find it when I get rid of it. I'm releasing weight so that I could just be rid of it. It doesn't matter. I know that I'm choosing to be less in my frame. I'm okay with that. What that requires is a lot of inside work, because I packed all this on as armor to be safe. So when you ask for something, understand that there will be another object happening, right? Didn't we just learn that in that, what is it, the law of polarity, right? For every problem, there's a solution. That's my solution. Do the inside work and I can lose the weight. Okay, great, thanks. You know, what's funny is that I went ahead and I wanted to manifest that. Weight has never really been like, it's never really bothered me until I got so heavy that it was painful for me to get up, bend over, my knees were killing me, just a lot of stuff. And I decided that I didn't want to lay down and feel suffocated anymore. I wanted to like get up and be okay. And in order to do that, I had to be willing to let go of like whatever it was that felt so safe about my size, right? And I had to come to this realization that the reason that I was that size was because I wasn't feeling safe and I wasn't meeting my needs. That's it. I'm not meeting my needs. I'm not making myself safe. And I'm helping others. WTF, right? What the heck is that? So when I went ahead and I went through that, I understood that that was like a new focus for me. So I'm going through a lot of grief because I'm losing a lot of things. I'm not longing for the weight or I'm not longing for the experience, but I'm coming into a new lifestyle. As I'm coming into a new lifestyle, I'm finding more freedom of movement. I'm not missing no movement. I am missing, you know, a lot of sugar, but yeah, I'm okay with that. I still eat sugar. I eat whatever I want. I'm good now. I just had to get different here so that I could feel better here. Yeah. All right. So the law of rhythm. Just as everything in nature ebbs and flows, so does our life experience. Remember the sustain we talked about at the beginning? Okay. And there are other times when it feels like we're stuck in a rut and nothing's going right. But just as night always follows day, so the good times always follow the bad. This is the natural rhythm of life and it applies to everyone without exception. Do you understand that? Do you really, can you really internalize that? So no matter how bad it gets, it will get better. No matter how bad it gets, it will get better. Now, that could be going from physical to non-physical. All right. Or it could be going from physical or from non-physical to physical. Okay. It could be that drastic. It doesn't have to be, but understand that it will happen because polarity is part of it. So if something's being taken from here, your happiness, right? Okay. Then you got to get it from somewhere else. So all the laws are always in play. So you have that rhythm of ebb and flow. However, when it comes to understanding that you're in charge of it, you get to go ahead and decide how much you want to bring in and how much you want to let go. That's the flow. That's getting into the flow of who you are. Okay. Okay. The sun is masculine while the moon is feminine. Fire is masculine while water is feminine. Do you guys understand that? Okay. So, excuse me. The 12th and final law is the law of gender. Okay. All right. Wow. Now we're getting somewhere, right? Because, you know, we should all know who we are, right? So here's the law of gender. The 12th and final universal law is law of gender. This law teaches us that everything has a masculine and feminine aspect. Oh my gosh, we're all divine feminine and masculine. Okay, there you go. Whatever your house is, you determine, all right? Whatever your emotional makeup is, whatever your mentality is, however you feel, wherever you were born, however that is, that's your choice, but you have both to draw from. Okay, all right. Everything in the universe is made up of both masculine and feminine energy, and then we went over the sun being masculine and the moon being feminine. So I know right now you guys understand feminine and masculine. We do have a tendency to bastardize it by assigning it male and female qualities, but that's not really what it is. It is more, so think of water for feminine energy. Think about how it flows, how strong it is, how it can fit into any vehicle. It can move around any vehicle. It can carve rocks. Okay. It could be a force. It could be a softness. It could soothe. It could slake your thirst. It could do a lot. All right. And all that feels really spiritual, right? Okay. Let's think about the sun. So the sun usually represents daytime when we go to work, right? When we're out in the sun, it's usually summer. We want to go and do things. Ooh, that's a little actiony, right? Okay. That's male energy. That's masculine energy right there. All right. The getting, the doing. Okay. The feeling, the being is spiritual. All right. So that's your feminine energy. So you have all of that with you. When somebody tells you, oh, you're too masculine or you're too feminine, right? Then all you need to do is check where you're manifesting from. Are you manifesting from your spiritual nature or are you manifesting from your masculine nature? Your masculine nature requires more work. All right. The reason why is because it's action. Action. Okay. But you got to manifest with both. You need to manifest with both.